Okay, dude. Okay, the return of Invoker, dude. That is crazy. Did they make him the great old mage again? The Grand Magus himself? Wait, is Rubik the Grand Magus, or is Invoker the Grand Magus and Rubik taunts him? I don't remember, but Invoker is the ultimate magic caster, and let's see if he's back again. I think he is back. From the starting line, is now an intelligence hero. That is fantastic. Base health region decrease. I don't care, you can nerf how much you want. Base damage decrease by 12 to 10. That's fine. That's fine. Intelligence increase from 19 to 20. Damage at level 1 decreased by 4 to 6. Strength gain decreased. That is fine. I suggested all these nerfs. You can do all of these things, and most of them are because he's no longer universal. It's an intelligence hero now. Damage gain per level decreased from 5.9 to 4.7. Good, good. Nerf is right click. I don't care. Damage level 30 decreased by 46 from 224 to 232 to 180 to 186. Yeah, that's a big nerf for the right clickers. Now to get the same amount of damage, they have to, I don't know, buy a lot more items that they cannot afford in the slots. Removed Mastermind ability. Now Invoke is classified as Invoker's only innate ability. Okay. Removed Agnostic and Elitist Facets. Thank God. Those were trash and placeholders. They should have never been They should never existed. They should have not been there in the first place, but they were, and for a very long time. Edit 3 Orb-centered facet. Each provides an extra level of this specific orb permanently improves on an ability and sets their own Aghanim Scepter and Shard upgrades. Oh my god, that is crazy! That is beautiful. That is what was needed. That is what I suggested. I mean, not exactly that. And they don't have to listen to what I have to suggest directly. But I also, like among many other Invoker enjoyers, suggested that, you know, Facets should revolve around his spells. His spell and his abilities. And how they should, and each facet should change him drastically how he is played, and doing something with his orbs seems a perfectly logical way to go about it. That is crazy that the Shard and Aghanim upgrade also depends on these facets. Oh, I love that. I haven't even gone through that, but I know that they're going to be good. And if they're not good, they will get better. Each facet provides an extra level for this specific orb, permanently improves an ability, and sets their own Aghanim Scepter and Shard upgrades. Orb-centered facets, that's a massive W, dude. Seems like finally someone who knows about Invoker made this update, like whatever the last thing was, which was a joke, honestly. Agnostic and Elitist, by the way, those were terrible. Maybe someone just, or maybe that same dev just listened to the feedback of many players and just came up with something that revolved around suggestions made, but this seems to be pretty good. Aghanim Scepter still provides +1 level to all orbs, but also provides an additional level to the orb of the chosen facet, allowing it to reach max level of 10. Good stuff. Beautiful. Okay, let's continue. Let's read. Now we have 3 facets. 3 facets revolving around his orbs. See what I did there? That's gonna be great. First we have Scholar of Korix, which revolves around Quas. When Invoker reaches level 6, again a bonus level of Quas without spending a skill point. Also increases max level. Aghanim Scepter grants 1 additional current level and increasing max level to 10. Invoker heal for 13 to 130 health, depending on level of cost, whenever Cold Snap triggers. Can be upgraded with Aghanim Scepter when cast. The effect is also applied to all heroes and force spirits within a 600 radius. Allies and spirits have 0.5 second fade time and 20 second duration. So if you have Aghanim Scepter, when you cast Ghost Walk, everyone gets Ghost Walk. Even force spirits. Wow. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. Ice Wall can be upgraded with Aghanim Shard. Enemy heroes that stay in Ice Wall for longer than 3 seconds freeze, becoming rooted for 1.5 seconds. And taking 300 magic damage. Also increases wall's radial thickness by 40 and length by 160. Huh. Also increases wall's radial thickness by 40 and length by 160. Okay, interesting. Very gank oriented, especially with this axe upgrade. Seems interesting. Mind of Tornarus. Okay. Let's check it out. It's based around Vex. When an Invoker reaches level 6, you gain bonus level of the Vex without spending a skill. Also increasing the cap to 8. Aghanim Scepter grant 1 additional current level and increasing max to 10. Alacrity grants bonus 50 to 140 attack range depending on level of Vex when cast on an Invoker or any ranged units under his control. Tornado can now be upgraded with Aghanim Scepter. Tornado creates similar twisters along its path every 300 units. Each twister lasts for the duration of tornado and persists for 4 additional seconds after the tornado is destroyed, dealing 120 damage per second in 150 radius. Twisters have ground vision in a 50 radius around them. Damage interval is 0.25. Damage from multiple twisters stack. Twister deal half damage to creeps. EMP can be upgraded with Aghanim Shard, increases burn damage from 60 to 90% and pulls unit to the center at 150 units per second. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here about these two things that I did not want it at all. Like, I did not want these two to change. But I guess then maybe some may consider him overpowered or whatever. Because, you know, if you have the EMP burst from the shard as well, and it upgrades something else, well, it doesn't upgrade anything else in the shard over here though. But, like, if you take Vex, it just does this, right? But if you take Quas, it doesn't have to do this with the shard. Because they cannot upgrade both of those things at the same time, because that would be too OP though. If you get this as well and this as well, then it gets a little bit ridiculous. You get a little bit too strong. So for the sake of balancing, I think you have to do it. And it's all about that, right? It's all about balancing. The Facets are always like that, right? Like, but it's a little bit different because Invoker always have these three, right? So, it's a little bit different case when it comes to Invoker, because Quas, Vex, and Exort is not something like you choose. You always have these, right? You always have Quas, Vex, and Exort. You always have all of these abilities already, but choosing one of these can upgrade those abilities in a better way. So if I take Wax, does this mean that the Cold Snap will no longer heal me? That's my question. Or if I take Quas, I will no longer get bonus attack range over here. That is something. So no longer Shard would be applicable and helpful here. Like imagine a combo where you can EMP and then put them into Ice Wall and freeze them and then use Cataclysm. Right? I mean, how do you make it so that it stays balanced too though? I guess we need Aghanim level 2, it seems like. Something like that. I don't know. I think Invoker's Facet should be... What can it be? And these are not that good that you would be like... that you would say that, okay, you know, just reduce their effects by half and then make a new facet which is called the Ultimate Aghanims or something like that. And if you choose that facet, you can have all of these three, but their effectiveness is reduced a little bit, but you can have all of these three. But for that you have to buy a recipe that is only exclusive to Invoker. Basically you have to eat the Aghanims, right? You have to eat the Aghanims. You can have that you have to eat the Aghanims to have all of these effects. Or you can make a special item for Invoker only that he can eat or buy to have all of these at the same time. We'd have to read the Quaswex too, so let's continue here first. Seems like an interesting way, better than before I would say, because this Ghost Walk just allows a lot more diversity in gameplay, which I like. Even though I personally, I don't think I would ever be doing this, but I can see people doing it and it actually being effective. The people who would go for the Quas facet. But I'm personally more interested with this one. Like EMP and this seems like good, right? But how will this be good? How will Ice Wall be good? So you tornado someone and then you just blink in an Ice Wall? And then what? And then Meteor? I guess you can refresh and then Ice Wall again or something like that. But that's good to see that they realize that Invoker needs some kind of this thing. Like if they're in the Ice Wall for 3 seconds, I mean they will not be because they can force Steph out or something like that. But again, if they are frozen, then you want to use Sunstrike, right? The Cataclysm. But then you have removed Cataclysm and put it in Exort, something like that. So again, all the combos I see happening and making Invoker better are just divided into 3. And I have a gut feeling that if all these 3 were combined, like if this was only one facet and you choose this and it would include all these 3, I understand that it would be way too strong. It would become Dota WTF or something like that. I do understand that. But especially this one just seems like, I understand though. Wait, hold on. I actually understand it. Because think about it. Who would go Quas? Support Invoker. And support Invoker can benefit from getting Aghanim Scepter and then giving Ghostwalk to all of his allies. And support Invoker's Ice Wall can now have the root ability with the Shard. That is good. And this effect is Shard, by the way. But then again, this is at a cost of the EMP, which even as a support is pretty good and helpful. It's so interesting. It is interesting, but I can't personally make a judgment here, clearly. Okay, let's reach to Exort. The one that I personally care the most about. Increase the meteor radius by 30 and travel distance by 200. Radius by 30. That's good. And travel distance by 200. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Sunstrike. Now Aghanim Scepter grants Cataclysm exclusively with this facet. Okay. Minimum and maximum distance decrease from 160 to 200 to 90 to 180. From 160 to 200 to 90 to 180. So if you have Cataclysm, it is more effective than before. I think that's what it means. Sunstrike damage decrease. What? Come on. Can we upgrade it with Aghanim Shard? Causes Sunstrike to summon the current level of Force Spirit at the location when damaging a real enemy hero. That seems such an odd thing. What? Can now be upgraded with the Aghanim Shard. But the Cataclysm, you just nerfed it. I don't get it. But I guess you get more level by Aghanim Scepter. It grants 1 level. And you get bonus level over here as well. So normal, all of these, whichever you select, goes up to 8, right? And then with Aghanim it can reach 10. So I guess the damage would be the same. So no buff at all to it, but buff to Meteor. I mean, you can cast all of these spells as an Exort Invoker as well. But again, these EMP will no longer pull, or Ice Wall Shard if you want to use for the root's sake to cast Sunstrike thing. You cannot do that because that is in the other facet. Agent of Galaron. Huh. I think all of these needs to be think over more. This is like position 5 for sure. This one is position 5 for sure. But I think it should not only be Invoker heals for 13. It should be anyone hitting the Cold Snap, any ally hitting the Cold Snap target gets healed. So it becomes a proper support thing, even more so, right? I mean, if you think about it, this can be supporting as well. This can be supporting as well. We have to try it though. And I'm going to do it right now. This can be supporting as well. Like you give it to your sniper or draw ranger. But even if you're not a support, of course you can give it to sniper or whoever. But if you think about going right leg with this or something like that. The classic Invoker thing, right? Okay, I have to read what Quas and Exort and Wax give as well. In general, did they change any of that? First, I'm curious about checking this out.
Glorious invocation.
Good. We're nearly at the part where everything dies over and over.
Okay, pretty normal. Did I not choose the right one? Tornado. Oh yeah. So how is it good? Okay, let's make him a real hero first. Okay, with a bit of a broken kind of combo, I got like 2800 damage done. Like not a proper combo, just whatever. Normally it should be something like this. But I'm used to Cataclysm, it just feels so weird. Yeah, that's even much worse, actually. But imagine if he freezes here, and then I can do the EMP thing, and I can pull and stuff. Wait, maybe there's some combo to be had with this. So you start like this, you do this, you do this, you do this. They try to run away. I can't figure out. I like that you have to think about how you're going to make this work. You have to think about it. But it does not seem that good. It does not seem that strong. The 120 damage per second thing does not seem good. But it says that it stacks. So, what are you trying to tell me? Should I get a refresher with this?
Invoker.
Come on, X. It's time.
Okay.
And I'm even getting this as well, like 2x active thing. So this should be.
I'll just be skimming this as you
This should hurt him a lot, but it's not. It's not hurting enough. So what will we do here? Refresher. Like, how will you cast double tornado, and how will you make that work? Like, yeah, I just missed all of the combo, but I mean, I don't even know what the combo is. What is the combo? This seems to be normal. Oh, not the tornadoes. If the tornadoes chased, that would be good. The tornadoes don't even chase. I just can't think it. It not having Cataclysm is just throwing me off so hard. I mean,
For all the good your scraps of armor did me.
I don't know. Let's just do double tornado. Let's just get to the point. Double tornado and double blast. Yeah.
Words are from the great mystery. From the arcane ring.
It says it stacks, but like, what? It is no damage at all. Free spells. Okay. I'm doing it 3 times now. Like, what is this damage? Like, this is nothing. You're telling me this is Ag's upgrade? Smaller twister, longest path every 3 tornado. Each twister lasts for the duration of the tornado and persists for 4 additional seconds. This is just so bad. This is really bad. Like, it said it stacked, so you're like, okay. I read somewhere that it stacks, right? I don't know where I read it. But it's not good. I don't like this at all. Let's check out the ice wall while we're at it as well. Why not?
What joy it is beholding me.
Enemy Invoker.
Let's have a
I mean,
good
I'm
clean
Invoker.
match today.
What? The harsh white waste beckons.
Okay, this is the normal one, but now it's a little bit thicker, as you can see. So it's a little bit more annoying to get out. I realize that, but what if you have a normal boot? What if you have this, right? And I have not upgraded this yet. I'm just checking normally out. Okay. And if you apply Cold Snap too, then it gets a little bit annoying. And of course, this is not your main source of damage, right? Because after this, you're gonna be like, do this and do this. And you're gonna be like, I'm gonna try to run away, but no, the ice wall, it's slowing me down and it's a little bit thicker than before. Okay, let's check Aghanims out first. So this is the support thing, right? You're gonna be like, oh, Ghost Walk. We're all Ghost Walked, guys. Time to gank. Then you were like, surprise. Do this. But this no longer pulls. This no longer pulls though. Every time I'm casting this, I'm expecting it to pull into the direction so I can do the meteor based on that, but no.
That was a textbook double kill.
But buying only 1400 gold item, it's 1400 still, right? Yeah. And you getting the ability to root seems pretty good. So it would be like, oh, there's an axe. You do this. And you're frozen. Oh, help. Help me. Help. Okay, it's not thicker normally, but once you have Aghanim, it's thicker. Huh. Wait, I messed up the duration because the duration is longer now because of the quas. Okay, hold on.
Sphere witness true sort codes. From deep around descend to behold
Run! Run!
Lex in
No, you cannot run, you're rooted.
killing spree.
What if he's rooted and he BKBs? Let's try that out too. I mean, that's always been the bane of these things. But if you BKB and can you get rooted? The slow lingers, but the ice will last longer too. It feels like it does it? What's the upgrade? The shard. Radial thickness increased by 40. Length also increased. No, it does not last longer. But why does it feel like as if it is lasting longer? Okay, let's try again. So can I get freeze multiple times? You cannot even get frozen multiple times. You can get only frozen once. Once and then done. And you can BKB out. But, if I'm not mistaken, you cannot force staff out. Let's check this. Oh no, I am being frozen. You can still force staff. That's a yikes. You can still use items. Oh man. What a trash. Facet then. If you can still use item, you can use glimmer, pipe, all those things you can already use. And then I understand. Even BKB, to some extent, I do understand. It's just a shard, right? But being able to use force staff in Yules while you're rooted, that's kind of odd. I don't like that at all. Huh. Just force staff out. Oh, Invoker's about to cast a combo. Let me just force staff out even after I'm rooted. Even after this massive chain is supposed to be really cool, and based on the talents, it seems like made by actually developed by someone who knows about Invoker, tried to put some care into what the hero is supposed to be. But it still seems to be bad. I mean, I am bad, so it's not about that. But the things I'm saying are true for all skill level. Like, I mean, even low skill level players will just use the force staff to get out, or even high skill level, more so. Your allies would do that for you. Axe will not be carrying a force staff on him at high levels. His ally would do that for him in high ranks, of course, But this is pretty shitty, man. Being able to use force staff. Like, I'm gonna cast a spell, and then he's like, no, bitch. And here he runs away. That is trash. I don't like it. These things are very weak. Aghanim Scepter upgrade. You know what? I think that Ghostwalk thing should be, because what is Ghostwalk thing? It is just wait, it provides regen and shit as well, right? But does it provide to ally as well? Getting 20, okay, you can heal your allies mana regen and everything with this, and giving them invisibility, allowing them to move faster. So I understand that you cannot put it into shard, because that's a lot of value. If you think about raw value, there's a lot of value to be had with all of your team getting like healing salts on them and mana regen on them. just that alone, but on top of that, you get more movement speed and invisibility, and the ability to slow the enemy as well. Imagine Axe is like la 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 la, I'm farming and shit. Team, let me farm my, I don't know, Vanguard or something, or my Blink Dagger. I will join you soon. And then whole team of, you get ganked by whole team of players. Ghost walked. Poor Axe. I can see that. It's like, nah, bitch, I got 4 staff and BKB, and I'm just gonna TP out, and then he's just gonna TP out and live, and then we're gonna be like, and then my team's gonna be like, or whoever's team is Invoker is going to be like, ah, report Invoker, guys, report Invoker. Invoker is useless. Aghanim for what? The classic that going to be asking that question. Aghanims for what, guys? What is that? What is that for? What are you going to do with this? Shit. All right, let's try this as well, and then let's read other shit as well. Enemy level max. Okay, let's see how much improvement there is. Wait, whoa, whoa, what the, what happened? They're massive meatballs, dude. They look so funny and goofy. What? Oh, dude, that was funny. What was that? What was that? I guess it's long enough to do this. I mean, I accidentally clicked double meatball, but it seemed like the damage did not stack at all. That was so weird. Huh. It lasts long enough for you to do that, right? You to be like this. But the damage is not there. I mean, I don't have shard yet. But shard, another thing, has nothing to do with...
Your middle tower is under attack.
Nothing to do with meteor. A little bit harder to dodge, I guess. But I think it should start a little bit closer to the center. Like they're a little bit too far. They should start a little bit more closer. Like they should be here. A little bit closer to the center one. That's how I feel. They should start closer, but then go a little bit more far apart, or as far apart as they were right now, but start closer to the middle. Like this is already pretty far away from the center, but they should start a little bit more closer, I think. Like a little bit more closer. A little bit more closer on both sides. Like, I don't know, 10 units? 15 units? 5 units? I'm not sure. Okay, let's check the shard out. Oh, I'm going to Sunstrike and get the kill. Oh no, he survived. Wait, music stopped. Let's continue. Right, this is not it though. This is not it, man. Oh, low HP Axe. But I missed, so that does not count.
Anyone who said this could be stopped, you're fired. This is textbook unstoppable. This is literally...
Okay, let's give Axe to whatever, dude. Okay, since you have Axe, so it will... since you have Shard, it's gonna spawn 2 more.
Hold on. And, yep, it checks out. That was a double kill.
Okay, hold on. Let me just erase these guys so I can do what I wanted to do.
This is a monster kill. Triple kill.
What is happening, Axe? Kill them, bro. What are you doing? Alright. Let's see how will we do this. Again, this is not reliable either. They can force stab BKB out.
One of my favorites.
The only old way was to time this,
This is the second most forest murder I have ever seen.
and I did time it. So only with Tornado and Sunstrike you can get a more reliable kill because of the thing going down. If you can time it well, which also requires more skill. And if you don't kill it, then at least these guys will. But he already has a debuff, so this does not count actually. Interesting. And let's see if you have, like, I don't know, Invoker, Void or something. So you have an axe with these items. How did you get the new halberd again? With this, right? Okay, what if they're stationary, right?
Harlek's incantation of incineration. Karak's descent of fire.
I mean, I have to refresh again, hold on. And this does not remove the debuff. I like that at least. That's good. So you do this. It's whatever. It's good. It's okay. Let's read what they did to Quasbox Exort first, I think. Each active orb now provides region by default. Okay, like in the back days, I guess. And now provides 1 strength by default. 1 agility by default with Wex. Exort provides 1 intelligence by default. Beautiful! These changes are great. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it used to be. Vex provide movement speed by default. Very good. Quas provide region by default. Very good. And Exort provides you damage by default. Good. But my mind is still stuck with it providing amplification damage though. No longer heals Invoker. It's okay. We have a little bit of region. And each orb provides that, so 3 HP region at level 1. That's fine. That's fine. These are okay. And this will provide more damage, so 19. And 19 and 19. Almost 60 damage, yeah. Almost 60 damage. Travel distance for level 9 and 10. Vex is 39 to 4200. Edit values for level 9. So we have 1 more level. So Invoker is stronger in that way because we have 1 more level of that. Without these being nerfed. So this is kind of a buff. A little bit of buff, but I will take anything at this point. Travel distance for level 9 and 10 at 3900 to 4200. 4200 is insane and beautiful. Because at that late in the game, at level 30 almost, it's good to have that. Lift time. Yeah, lift time is messing me up. At max level, lift time is messing me up. I know there's something wrong other than me being like really rusty right now with Invoker and with Dota in general, but yeah, that was kind of weird. Bonus attack speed for level 9 and 10, 100, 618. Yeah, Alacrity is much good now. I mean, because overall your right click damage has been reduced, but then you get bonused if you have Exort enabled. So it's okay. Added damage values for level 9 and 10. So if you take Exort talent, you will have level 9 and 10. So the damage reduction is not really a nerf. It's almost the same as before, you can say. But it's a little bit better because it's closer to the center. But yeah, I don't think it's still... Is it still good? Am I being greedy? I have to ask myself that. Again, Invoker lacks setup, right? And with the quest, the little setup you have, why can people still use items? I can understand BKB, right? But you shouldn't be able to use items like Force Staff and Eels while you're rooted with the Ice Wall, right? Because it already gives anyone 3 seconds to get out or use any items. And after 3-second period, why is there still after the 3-second grace period that they have, which is so much? Any, like, even bad players would do a lot in 3 seconds once they see the Ice Wall and they see a Quas Invoker. They can easily do that, like Force Staff, Glimmer, BKB, whatever, before 3 seconds. But after 3 seconds, you shouldn't be able to use Force Staff, Eels, or things like that. So I don't like that. They should do something with this. Flight AoE bonus like those granted by Glepner no longer increase radial thickness of the wall, but instead increases the length of the entire wall. Well, that's kind of odd. Well, you can use Glepner for all of these, which is pretty good and fun. But them thinking that Ice Wall's thickness would be too thick, especially as Quas Invoker. Come on, man, you're gonna take that away too. I know it would be too thick, but there's nothing wrong with that for the Ice Wall, because that's what it's all about. Thickness being increased by the shard. And if you take the Quas, there's levels for 9 and 10, which is 180% movement slow or 200% slow. Damage per second increase. Okay. Decent. This is decent. Damage increase from 60 to 340 to 70 to 430. Knockback duration is almost 2 seconds now. That's good. A 6-second disarm is fine. Level 15 plus 1 Force Spirit replaced with minus 4-second Sunstrike cooldown. But it does not affect the Cataclysm. Quas Wax Exort active bonus is now set for all facets. What do you mean? To a Quas Wax Exort passive bonus silent to all facets? Huh. So it just means that you get 2 more levels of all of these? That's what it means? They need to clarify it a bit more. Active bonuses. So active bonus what? Like a little bit more damage? 2 more levels of Exort damage? Is that what it means? I'm not quite sure. And now it don't have init. What's the init? Init is invoke. No, this is not fair. This is not fair. They should give him a good init. I mean, these are steps in right direction overall, I would say, from whatever the hell Invoker was before Right Clicker Universal Hero, which I really find to be very like there's a very narrow path of playing Invoker with that, which is mostly right click. Like there was no effective way to be as effective as you could be as Invoker by playing magic damage. Yes, you can get a pickup here and there, but mostly it was you right-clicking enemy and then combining with spell damage. It should be other way around. It should be you doing the magic damage first and then combining the right-click. It seems like they're the same, but they're not. Invoker was earlier just doing bonus damage with magic damage, and he was mainly right-click. But now it seems like he's back to being magic damage first and then right-click, which I like. That is a great step. That is a step in right direction. But other three things regarding these facets, they need to check these out. The damage values and the value that they provide is not big enough. Like the critique that I've made for the ice wall, that after 3 seconds, if you're rooted, why are you still able to use items that can allow you to just get away? Using BKB can be the exception, but using Force Staff and you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to Eel Scepter yourself out of root or Force Staff yourself out of root. I mean, your blink is disabled because you take damage from Ice Wall, but all the other things, right? And for the Wex, we have the... I have no comment for the EMP, it's the same as before. But for the Aghanim Shard for this, I've already said so. Aghanim Scepter is whatever, it's okay. Aghanim Scepter for this seems very weak. Shard is okay, whatever. Aghanim Scepter of this is really, really weak. The tornadoes should move and chase the enemy hero and slow them harder or damage them harder, or all of them above, but balanced in a way that is not broken. But right now it is extremely weak right now, because remember, once you have that, you don't have a Cataclysm to follow up with this. You don't have a thick ice wall that's going to freeze you with this, with the tornadoes. You have either this or that, right? That's the concept for the facets, but you have to remember that Invoker depends on Exort, Quas, Wex for all of his spells. So like Invoker is a unique case when it comes to facets, right? It's not like reverse polarity or reverse polarity of Magnus, right? Because Magnus still remains a hero without those things that is very strong on its own. But Invoker is not very strong without a good shard and good Aghanims. So once you're making a trade-off on the shard and Aghanims for a certain way of playstyle, which I wanted, by the way, but the trade-off seems very, very half-baked. It's not cooked yet. I guess the devs need to cook it a little bit more, right? Like Cold Snap triggering heal should also heal allies as well. or all the units under control of Invoker should get the Cold Snap heal. That's what I think for the Cold Snap with the Quas one. And with the Aghanim Scepter Ghostwalk, I don't have much suggestions over there. It's whatever. But with the Aghanim Shard Ice Wall, I want it to be more better, more stronger. It being thick is not good enough because you can Force Staff triple the length of that, right? You can just get out of it very easily. So I don't like it. And especially after the 3-second, like after the 3-second thing is just so absurd. Like if someone's stuck for 3 seconds in the ice wall and they cannot get out, they should not have the option to get out with just a Force Staff after the 3-second when they're frozen, because that's the whole reason for buying the shard, that the ice wall would get thicker and then they will be frozen. But that's so bad. And then the tornadoes damage is almost non-existent and really bad. There should be you can reduce their duration, I guess, or something like that. But they should be much stronger, or maybe they should. Yeah, I actually get it. You should actually allow tornadoes to, first of all, move on their own in a random direction, not in the straight direction that you use your tornadoes on. They should move in random directions, and they should remove mana as well. Beautiful. So you have the EMP that sucks them in and sucks their mana, and then you have the tornado. The tornadoes should have, I don't know if devs can add a visual component of the Vex-based tornadoes that have a little bit blue spark on them, right? A little blue shade on them, blue or purple, I guess, which would actually remove the mana when hit by the tornado. I don't know, like 3 mana per tick or 6 mana per tick or something like that. And they take like 2-3 times per second or something like that. I don't know. You can figure out the values, but I think there's much more potential to be had with these Aghanim Scepter of Vex and Aghanim Shard of Quas. And it provides bonus attack range for Alacrity. Chaos meteor radius and travel distance is increased. It looks really goofy. I don't know if they can do anything with that, how to make it less goofy. The model is just looks really low quality, right? It's like you're enhancing a very low pixel image or something like that. So I guess they need to update the model of the meteor a little bit more to make it look a little bit better with this facet, at least a little bit more high quality, because it looks like very low quality polygons. It looks very goofy and odd to me. That's #1 critique for Chaos Meteor. Chaos Meteor radius and travel distance. And again, Aghanim Scepter upgrades. Other thing about Aghanim Scepter on all of these, that it gives them one more level to Vex. So normally all of these are 8, right? But then according to which facet you get bonus 2 levels. So a little bit more damage if it's Exort, a little bit more mana removal, a little bit more duration of tornado or something like that. Sunstrike seems pretty good. I have no comment about that, but again, not a reliable way to cast Cataclysm. That was one more thing, but that is a little bit separate from all of this, I guess. A good reliable way to cast Sunstrike. Also, the shard can be improved. I don't know. I don't. The shard seems very half-baked, I would say. It would be better if it spawns, like if you want to keep it as is, how about once the Agnim shard is that if you Sunstrike, it spawns your Forge Spirit, right? So it should also have your current level of Alacrity. So it should spawn with Alacrity on it. That would be a bit better. It will still not fix it. Maybe it needs some completely other thing altogether. Maybe Agnim Shard should just provide amplification. 15% magic damage amplification. Just raw amplification. Even that seems fine. That seems okay. But the current one, yeah, I think amplification solves a lot of it because you have more damage, even if you don't have it as reliable. Like, it's not as reliable because you don't have your Vex Blast that is sucking in people of the previous Aghanim Shard, and you don't have the new Ice Wall reliably rooting them, which is still not reliable because they can Force Staff. So I think that would be better, that at least you would have more amplification to that damage. So even if they are in that like Ice Wall for shorter duration, the damage is more because you have Aghanim Shard to amplify your damage. So which would also result in more amplification for Aghanim Scepter Sunstrike as well. So even that seems pretty good. Just raw amplification seems pretty good. 15% spell amplification or something like that. Or actually, yeah, actually you can get spell amplification based on Sunstrike kills. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. Sunstrike kills equal more spell amplification. So like 0.8% spell amplification per kill or 0.6% or something like that. And the more kills you have, the more amplification you can get. Seems pretty good. I like it. That could be good. So just like Invoker, just like Pudge getting those flashy stacks, you can stack these up, or Murta getting for the shard. Invoker getting for the shard with the Sunstrike kills could be a really good thing. That's what I think. So these are my thoughts on the new Invoker. Overall, I'm satisfied and happy with the direction that they have taken. Finally, much needed change in direction. Very versatile and fun to play Invoker again. Seems like it, but in this current state, it's not going to be that fun because it's going to be weak. But it's better than before in many ways, and the number one thing is that Invoker is not Invoker strict. Invoker has received more respect over here, which I appreciate, that they did not treat him as how they did for a longest period of time, where he was just the facet things was just a placeholder for the poor guy, and it was really bad. I did not like it at all. The only people who liked it are kind of smurf, just going right click build, crazy right click builds. Even before Facets, by the way. Even before Facets, the meta was Quaswex or right click. Quaswex and right click as well. Exort has been just dead for such a long time, and now this seems like a little bit recovery to Exort, but I think it needs something more. It needs something more. All of these need something more, and I think in the upcoming months, this can be a little bit more adjusted and changed in the ways that seem more fit to the play style that you expect them to have. And sometimes it's okay to have something at your disposal that you may not expect. Like, you may not expect Invoker to go right like long time ago, but But of course, there's always people playing Invoker right click forever. But I'm just saying, there's something like CM right click or whatever. CM has 200 attack speed talent as well for a while. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So it's good to just have more options. And they just need to adjust these more. I'm gonna be playing a game of Invoker and I'll actually get a feel of it. How does it feel? Maybe 1 game or maybe 3 games with each facet. It will be interesting. Right? That's it for my Invoker review.